Are you expecting trouble? Are you expecting trouble?
Thank you, Noxious, for first. Hydration redeem. Complete. No, he did first. Normally he does do hydrate first. And chat, you can't hear my guests here because I don't have that set up. That's on the next screen. Sleepy, thank you for the sub for both Nugget and that brownie boy. We do appreciate that, Dial. That's right. I'm talking to the voices in my head. Bunch of biddies. Nah, not feeling that. All right, we can deal with that. All right. All right. Motherfucker. I still haven't fixed my mouse. I know. And today would have been the best day to do it because I literally did nothing. I hurt my back this weekend. So I was literally just laying around doing nothing today. Like today would have been the best way to do it. Time to do it, and I just didn't. At some point I'll get around to it. Well, you can redeem it. I'm not doing work. All right. Logitech is the one that I go with. I tried Razer for a while and it just didn't work as well. I'm just gonna switch to the home screen. You guys are gonna see the scruff being made on screen here. I really should have done a. I should have made my own like a separate scene for you guys, and I just didn't.
We were all busy. I mean, there's TwitchCon coming up, and then there's also the rest of us having a busy weekends as well.
Big a kitty.
I'm assuming.
Not me. I got all my affairs in order.
Show off.
Hey, quit bragging. Good bragging, Mr. Humble Brag.
That's not a humble brag. That's just a regular brag. Sometimes I'm a mess. Not right now, though. I'm Gucci.
All right,
All
chat.
right,
So
there we
for
go.
this podcast, we're gonna lock Brownie in a dark room and see how he likes it.
where's my toothless stance here? That way he can stop humping Sleepy's head here.
I had
There you
I
go.
had 2 jobs. Watch 4 episodes of Frieren, done. Show up to a podcast on time, done. I did my job.
Show
Well,
off.
You're not asking much of me.
I mean, you also only streamed for an hour of fighting games.
Sure. Would you want me to stream more?
Yes.
Brownie's still not crafting
okay.
the thing I asked him for. Ooh, get called
Oh
out.
yeah, I still haven't hopped on 14 because I've just been absorbed by Satisfactory.
Sorry about
I've been
Sorry about the massive words, but that's the link. I just want to know if that one would be good, or you want me to keep looking before I
For what?
I DM'd you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I mean, brand, for wiring purposes, I would prefer a solid, like a wireless one. But,
Wireless.
yeah. But it's just a matter of me actually remembering to do it. I'll order myself a mouse.
You've been saying that for like a month now. Come on.
I've been saying that I will take mine apart and fix it. There's a difference.
You've still been saying it for a month.
All right, well, I mean, okay.
How about this one? I don't think I sent you the same link, but I'm seeing the same picture. Let me check that link real quick. No, I sent you the same one somehow.
Yeah.
1 second.
All right. Well, we can handle that later. What we're going to do now is we're going to start the show. How does that sound, everyone?
Hooray.
Yay!
starting
All
show
right.
capable.
I think Nugget wanted to handle intro this week. Do you want to take it away, or
I real quick, sorry for the scuff,
Yeah.
but I think that it would be better if in the future, for like next episode, everybody who's got a turn, whose turn it is, I think they should be the one to do the hosting. So next week, I feel that we should start that up. Maybe have one more week of scuff, and then I feel like it would work out better because obviously that's the anime that the person picked.
yeah, no,
So-
that sounds good, and I believe I am actually next on that, so I can absolutely do that next week for you.
Well, not next week. Next week, we've got.
Oh,
time
right.
because-
I am not available Monday. We could do it Tuesday. I can be free back, but we'll work we'll work on that. We'll work on scheduling.
Okay.
I'm obviously we'll have to discuss this more off stream, but honestly, I think you should just take the week off, Dragon, just so that way we can prepare and be a little less scuffed.
Fair.
But that's just my opinion. But like I said, we'll discuss that off stream.
Yeah. All right. So no, but I agree with that. I think the person who does indeed make the choice should probably do the hosting.
I still have the questions and stuff.
Yeah.
If we want to do that though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. However, today is your show, Nugget. You've been volunteered
it's not
for it.
mine.
It's yours today. No, you've been
We are not
voluntold
making
about it.
mine.
And
Alright.
also, I did the introduction last time, so I don't know how it just happened.
That's fair. All right, give me. You know what? Hold on. We're so scuffed today, y'all. Give me a minute.
Yeah,
I'm making sure. Okay,
Man,
forgive.
when are we not scuffed when we collab?
Okay.
Stuff,
Well,
girl.
hello everyone. Today we on today's episode of AnI-E-Bites, we have watched 4 episodes of Frieren, and we will be discussing that today. I am the Fluffers. These 3 people here, other 3 people here with me will introduce themselves in a minute. But before that, I wanted to add a little question within the introductions when each of you go ahead and ask them. When you introduce yourself, pick if you were able to own one spell and one spell only, what type of spell would you want? Anybody can go ahead and start.
Is the relating to Frieren or just in general?
Just in general.
Just in general. Okay, all right.
Maybe you
can
saw
be
it in a
general.
movie. Maybe you saw it in a game.
Okay, all right.
Maybe you made it up off the top of your head.
Fair,
Maybe
fair.
you thought of a
Yeah.
superpower and was like, oh, we're like,
Yeah.
you know what? I want this, but in the spell form.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like maybe I want the Midas touch, but instead of gold, it's cheesecake.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheesecake
Just
sounds
whatever you want.
delicious. Okay, all right. I think I would want the ability to. Now I'm just thinking about cheesecake.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Remember to say your name, homie.
Oh, right. Well, I am Phoenix. I am an ancient split dragon. Right now I'm in my human form. Well, I've got my tails in my horn at the moment. But yeah, and I think that I would want to. I think turn invisible would be cool. That'd be pretty dope. I would use it for nothing but mischief, but I think that'd be cool.
Uh-huh.
I expect nothing less. Seeing as how Brownie's being quiet, I'll go next.
Oh, are we supposed to go down the line?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. Well, yeah, I'll go next. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Brownie. I am happy to be here.
Hey.
I don't know for a spell. I don't know how advanced this would be, but I'm still just always a fan of transformation.
Oh, that's
Just
pretty dope.
either the Mystique just turn into other people, or like the Beast Boy just turn into animals. I was like, you know what? Even partial transformation, how some people can be like, oh yeah, like my arm turns into a dragon claw or something. It's amazing. I love transformation stuff.
You said partial transformation. I just thought immediately of the Strong Bad cartoon.
yeah. There you go.
Well, just almost turn into anyone, almost like
Oh
part
my
of a person.
And then that just reminds me of the
I don't know what that is.
Prestidigitation.
I don't know what that is.
prestidigitation. Yeah, it reminds me of the meme from Adventure Time, the cat that they run into the dungeon. I have a approximate knowledge of many things.
But yeah,
That's just
yeah,
my life. This is the
prestidigitation.
life of an ADHD person.
Yeah, prestidigitation falls underneath two categories. It's the D&D spell, which just kind of does, like lights and sparks in front of someone's eyes, or it just basically means, like illusion magic, basically.
So he wants
There you
solar
go.
flare.
Well, he wants one of the two. He either wants the ability to create illusions, or like you said, solar flare.
Okay.
Illusions are really cool. I'm a
That
big
would be
fan of
pretty cool.
illusions.
Yeah.
And anyways, and I guess I'm the last one rounding us out here. I am Sleepy Corpse, undead lich VTuber in penguin form right now.
Ingwing.
Or technically Prinny. But I ordinarily I do 1-to-1. I'd like take the superhero spell or power I'd want and just put it in spell form. But now I'm gonna simplify it. I just want a spell that allows me to turn on and off my taste buds at will.
Interesting.
Just because Brownie knows this, I am very picky, and
Okay.
I feel like sometimes going out with people, I feel like I'm limiting them to the places they can go to. So I'd rather just have the ability to be like, nope, I don't taste anything.
Fair.
So I can just eat anywhere with people.
No, fair.
All right. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What if-
Noxus says you can make things taste like other things. No, because then I think I'd get bored with the flavors, and also my limited imagination would only limit that spell. I'd rather just have the ability to turn it on and off.
If you say that, hold on, wait. I might change mine. Can I do that for other people? Can I make other people taste different things?
Oh Lord.
That's so. Oh man.
Here's this cake. It tastes like asshole.
Your $500 Wagyu steak tastes like toothpaste now. Eat that, idiot.
I really hope this
just-
is really random, and I really hope that this will be funny. But apparently, I got fired from my job about a month or so ago. Let's go!
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Looking at
Wait,
an
can you
no.
apply for unemployment?
I
Well,
wait a minute.
That's only for
well,
full time.
Alright.
Okay, forgive me. Anyway,
That-
sorry. I
that
just
is
thought
a
that would add like a
remind- yeah.
little.
Remind
just
me
a
of
little
this
funny.
after stream because
Got it.
there might be a conversation.
Because quite literally,
that we have to have.
I got like an email that said you will be missed, and I'm like, oh, did I get fired?
Wow, what a
Yeah.
terrible way to fire someone.
Wow.
I didn't even get texted or called or nothing. Anyway,
How
sorry.
professional.
How professional. Anyway, bye.
The-
My favorite spell would be I'm a bit of a girly girl, and I really like flowers for some reason. I've just always wanted like to be able to grow flowers just randomly.
Mhm, mhm.
That's cute.
That'd be
All
pretty
right,
cool.
fair.
Yeah,
It's a bit basic, but I
I
really
think that's
like
pretty
that.
cool.
So
I
You know
mean,
what that reminds me of?
Frieren?
Well, kind of, yeah. It reminds me of whenever you watch fantasy stuff and they have quote unquote everyday magic.
Oh yeah.
Where it's just like, here's a spell that is a shower in 1 second. You know, here's a spell that's just like, oh, it's heat based, but it only like heats up my food. Here's a spell that's like levitation, but like I can carry, 5
More
pounds
books.
worth of something. Yeah. And I can't toss it with any force.
Yeah.
It just gives me a third arm for a moment.
This reminds me of like they didn't put this in the book, but like
Yeah.
but like
yeah.
yeah, no, I was gonna say like in the Wizarding World series, like they didn't write this in the books or anything, but it is canon apparently that the wizards frequently shit themselves and they have to use magic to clean themselves up.
Wait,
It's so bizarre.
That's...
Why would you canonize that?
No, yes, the author made that real, and everyone was just like, "No, we don't want this to be real."
I think that's just the definition of a creator telling their fans to go fuck themselves.
I mean, it kind of does feel like that.
You really like this class or character? You know, they also shit themselves. Go fuck yourselves.
They soil themselves. They soil themselves.
I make
Commonly.
other characters.
And they use magic to clean it. Oh, constantly.
So bad. Why?
I'm sorry, we're totally off topic, but I've got follow-up questions. Like, does the more wizards shit themselves, is that like more powerful they are?
oh Lord.
You know, I don't know. And I don't want to know.
And with that, I am going to immediately have us go into the next section here. All right. So, Frieren, I
I just want to lead in with this. As I said before, off stream, and I'm going to say this on stream now. We were supposed to watch 4 episodes. I only got 3 done because of my busy schedule.
That's okay. I think we
Sure.
officially said 3 to 4.
Yeah, 3 to 4.
I thought we said 4, but that's just my brain.
We said it depends on the anime. Like the goal was 4, but like I said, I was busy. But I also am the type of guy who doesn't care about spoilers, and I do read the manga, so I'm much further.
Everyone
Yeah.
dies in Frieren. Got him.
Damn. Wow.
So-
Thanks,
so-
Phoenix.
Yeah, so you can't actually spoil me on
That's
just
fair.
the 4 episodes. So
I also don't know if that's
with
true.
that said, with
I
that
actually
said,
don't know where the manga is. Is the manga farther than the anime?
I don't
yes, it always is.
Oh, okay. Sometimes it's not, dude. Like it's weird, but sometimes it's not.
When it's not, that's usually when the anime decides, you know what, we're gonna make our own ending, or we're gonna end it prematurely. It's always one of those two.
Oh, got you. Because I know that happened during season 2 of Slime, and then in season 3 they almost caught up to the manga. And then there's a handful of like isekai that are like, oh yeah, the anime like surpassed the manga, and give it some time, and the manga will beat the anime again because it's probably not going to get a second season. But it happens more often than you think.
Mm-hmm.
It does happen more often, but at the same time, I feel like Slime in particular is the one of the very few outliers on that. Most of the time, when an anime goes past the manga, they either end it right there and give off like a hopeful ending or a downer ending or a to be continued ending. If they don't do that, then they just
Oh
make their own.
yeah.
They make their own ending. I mean, look at the first
Mhm.
Full Metal anime.
Yeah, Noxie says, or if it's straight from the light novel, and the manga is a response to the anime hype.
That is true.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
Mm.
but let's get back on topic.
Yes.
All right.
So Poppers,
So I have we're going to try and have a set list of questions so that we can be just a little bit more organized, you know. We are going to each one of us are going to answer the question. Obviously, a little bit of adage talk between people is allowed, but obviously, you know, you're not being timed, but we're not trying to write like paragraphs or essays here. Right, right.
Saying
So yeah, in order we will go
making me last because I have
Phoenix.
only the 3 episodes.
Yeah, we'll go in order of being asked the question. We'll go Phoenix, Sleepy, and then Brownie.
okay.
Okay.
Obviously I'll just sit in I'll like pop in here and there, but as host I would like I want it to be more focused on the person who's not the host, but yet at the same time I don't know. That's still a workshop, but anyway,
Let's feel
so
it out.
the first question is, how would you describe Frieren within the episodes that you watched? Phoenix, you can go first.
Frieren as in the character, or Frieren the
The anime in general,
As a whole, yeah.
as a whole.
Okay. So I would say that it really is kind of I mean, it takes place after the actual heroic adventure. It's basically about the Frieren coming to terms with, you know, understanding the human condition, and I think that's an interesting take on a story in general. Because normally, you know, you defeat the boss, and then, you know, that's the journey, that's the story. You know, how did they start? But you're starting at the end of the journey.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really cool approach, and I kind of hope that
I
we see that more.
yeah, I thought that that was really interesting as well, where you definitely there's the whole there's more story even after something as big as, you know, defeating a demon lord uh happens and all that, and just like the how do I put it? The topic at hand for Frieren herself, where the anime continues to follow her and stuff, is also just kind of refreshing to me, in a way, like plot wise for anime. So I enjoyed it, yeah, as well. So who is next?
You said I was
Um.
next.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wait, was it the same question?
Yeah, it's the same question.
Oh, I'm trying to word this without trying to sound offensive. Uh, uh, yeah, like Phoenix says, this is an anime that takes place after the defeat of the Demon Lord. And it focuses on one of the hero's party members' journey as they, because this anime does something that most anime and not even just anime, but like other fantasy stories don't do, and it's just like, yeah, this is an elf character, and unlike the others, which are just kind of like that feel like humans that are just special, with being elves. This one is just feels like, yeah, no, I have a different sense of time, so I take things at a very different pace, and it affects not only how I interact with the world, but how I interact with the people around me. Or that's like the feeling, and that this is just kind of us following that character as as they realize, oh, I'm different, and I should be different to how I interact with all these normal people. And that's just kind of what we watch, as well as we do still get the the fantasy things of like magic and more shenanigan journeys after the defeat of the big bad.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. Brownie, I think you are next.
Yep.
Yeah. Um. To kind of reiterate what you guys said, I'm more used to the post-apocalypse thing. It's like, oh, the story kind of picks off after the events of like a major world-changing thing, but it's a lot more positive. It's like, yeah, the Demon Lord's already done. Like we're in an era of peace now. And Rabbit and I did go through the first 6 episodes instead of the first 4 because we did want to at least get introduced to the third character of the party, and that doesn't happen within the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I don't have any strong opinions of him yet because he's only there for 1 episode, but I'm eager to see more of that. It's kind of nice. It's a slow burn. Holy crap.
Oh yeah,
Is
no,
it
Yeah.
I will say, because I don't want to go too off topic, but I will say that like for me, manga wise, it wasn't until like the third character got introduced that I really kind of got into the story.
Okay, got you. And you
Yeah.
got into it because people recommended it to you? Or...
No, I guess I'll mention this. But another big streamer like talked about it on one of his videos once,
Mhm.
and I decided to give it a look. And I went in kind of being like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna like this because the way he described it is, you know me, I don't really like the artsy fartsy or more abstract or existential kind of anime.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Sure.
and that's the way he kind of described it. And that stuff is still there, but you can also just ignore all that and just focus on the simple parts of it. And the simple parts are good for. I would almost describe it as like a slice of life in a fantasy world.
Yeah,
But but
absolutely.
for me, nothing was really interesting until for me the third character was introduced, and I know someone out there is probably going to say, "Oh, you're liking it for the wrong reasons." I know, but I still like it because of the third character.
I mean, you can
But
like it however you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it kind of reminds me of there are a lot of people around me who like the more like comedy based YouTube personalities like Markiplier and stuff like that. And somebody brought it to my attention where it was like, oh yeah, it's like Mark really likes the chips called Takis. But the way that he likes them infuriates me, in which he inserts them into his mouth, sucks off all the exterior dust, and then spits the chip back out.
Why you gotta talk about me like
no,
that?
No fucking. Oh my god, that actually. I don't even like talkies, and that annoys me so much. What? That's so gross.
And it's
He's
just, you know
talking
what?
about me, by the
I-
way. I'm the one who brought it up.
it's
He's
not
being-
even talkies. Like
Monster.
you could do that to a normal chip, and I'd still be mad at him.
Yeah. Actually, I think
You know
if I
what?
had to choose
You
it-
like the stuff that you like the way that you like it.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. To use another anime as an example, like Gintama. I know everybody likes it because of everything as a whole, the gags and when they're serious and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I only like Gintama when it's serious. I don't like the gag part of it.
I was literally about to say I can't get into Gintama because of the gags.
Yeah, like that is the only. Like I
Brownie's
like the
very
art
serious
style.
I'm
I
not
like-
trying to
Kidding,
be
I'm
serious.
kidding, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I like the art style and I like it when they get serious, but because like more than half the time it's gag, I can't get into that.
Mhm.
That is fair. That is fair.
But
All
anyway,
right.
Well, to
So-
not. Oh,
Well, I did kind of want to polish off the rest of my statement if you don't
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah,
that's
no.
fine.
took this little
Um,
tangent.
one of the I did like how the first episode like really just opens up with like this is your main character. It's like her name's Frieren. She just went on what would most people would consider a very long journey of 10 years, and she didn't quote unquote really bother trying to get her hand try to get to know the people around her. And then like it took 50 years after the death of the Demon Lord for, you know, the hero Himmel to die, and then she's like, I should have tried harder to get to know him. I should have tried harder to get to know everybody. And then it feels interesting how you have this character that's kind of portrayed like an old lady. Like they're in episode 6, Stark calls her an old hag, and in a way she kind of
No,
behaves kind of grandma like.
yes.
I don't know if that's a term that I could use to describe somebody, but it's like obviously she looks really young and she's
Uh,
very like she's very well learned.
There's a term I like to use that I don't remember where I got it from. I know like the most recent one I could think of is the Inception movie. She's an old soul in a young body.
Sure.
That's actually that's actually pretty accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that she's well learned, but she's yet to, I guess, to use like JRPG terms, it would be like it's just, she has high intelligence, but she's not bothered raising her wisdom at all. So it feels like her knowledge of like day-to-day stuff is kind of like lacking, where her knowledge of like spellcraft and stuff like that is very high.
I
And so
I do feel I have something I would like to add to this, I guess.
go for it.
I don't remember if it was in episode 2 or 3, but I feel like she does know her party well because like she knew like what Himmel's or like early, like I said, it was 2 or 3. I don't remember. She knew what Himmel's hometown flower was, as well as some other stuff in the flashbacks that happened within the first 3 episodes. But like she doesn't recognize that she actually did know them pretty well because as we said
Right.
earlier, 10 years to her is not very long in the grand scheme of things.
So I also not would like to add to that where it's I feel like it's not so much that she's afraid that she doesn't know things about them, but doesn't care about the things she does know about. Like she puts no emphasis on the importance of, well, why is it, yeah, I have the information of this was Himmel's favorite flower, but no emotional attachment to why that information would matter. And I think that's more about what she's discovering along the way, not so much that she doesn't know these facts, but
Yeah, no,
that she should care, or why she should care, or why
Yeah,
to
it's
build that
or
emotional response to it.
it's the immediate, yeah, it's that immediate moment that she realizes, oh, I did know this about Himmel.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
this is a lot more special to me now that things have happened.
yeah, I definitely feel like, and I'm not trying to spoil anything. I feel like going forward, like she's gonna realize, oh, I actually did know a lot about them. I just didn't realize it. So,
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Because you didn't take advantage of that information when it counted.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. So it it does show up. It shows up when her and Fern are going through um that one village in the countryside, and there's the statue of Himmel there, and then she's picked up these like little weird spells, like really quote unquote useless or quirky spells. And Fern literally asked her, I was like, why would you go out of your way to go get something like, why would you spend months out of your time to do this? And we've had the discussion of like, okay, time is different for her.
Yeah.
Since she has such a long projected lifespan, it's like, it's 6 months to her is a day.
Yeah, when you really look
hmm
at
And
it, I
so,
mean, basically Fern's in her lifetime status, Fern is on like death's door. It really doesn't matter.
mm,
Um,
so So like when they get there, it's like, oh, there's a statue. We should clean it up. And I was like, oh well, lucky me. I have a spell that cleans the rust off of copper and bronze. There you go. And then, oh, I would like to plant. The old lady was like, oh, I would like to plant flowers around here. And I was like, well, I know what flowers that are based around his hometown. And then that they go on the adventure. It was episode.
it
I
was
think that's
episode 2. Yeah.
3. Oh,
It
is it
was
two?
was it
I
two
thought
or
it was
three?
No,
3.
I
no,
feel
wait,
like it's
no,
three.
you're right. It's 3. Sorry,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
yeah,
messed up because they
because
have the episode titles in like the middle of the episode.
yeah. Because 2 is
That's
where you
fair.
meet Fern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
two is the whole Fern deal.
Yeah.
Um, and then it shows up again when they go meet up with Eisen. And it's just like, oh yeah, it's like Eisen really likes grapes, and the types of grapes that he likes are sour grapes. And she, at some point during her travels, had picked up a spell that just turns grapes sour.
Hmm.
And it's just like, there you go. Yeah, you never know when something's going to be useful, and because she knows this, it's like she probably went out of her way to whenever she heard of this to go get it. And whenever the anime shows these memories, I don't know if this is what they're trying to do, but this is what in my brain that they're trying to do, which is when you see the flashbacks, it is Frieren thinking of the flashback right then and there. So it's
Yeah.
her being like, okay, I remember this and this is now relevant information.
Yeah.
Yes, it may or may not be a shame that I did not act upon this during that time, but at least now I know, now that I'm trying to change.
Yes. I would say that's how the manga makes it out to be as well.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I hate to butt in
Oh, okay.
here, but we
That's okay then.
let's go ahead and move on to the next question, which technically also it is kind of the same of what y'all have been saying. Did anything within the show resonate with you, or did you feel yourself resonate with, or were drawn to a specific character within the episodes that you watched?
Well, I gotta be honest, the show really didn't kick off for me until like episode 10, 11. Because I finished the series, or what's out at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very slow burn. But as for character, that I mean, I I would say that I emphasize with Frieren,
Mm-hmm.
which makes sense because she's the main character there. But uh, the attachment of no, she reminds me very much um of having like an autism type deal, because she knows these things, but is
Yeah.
only now figuring out the emotional status of why she has these things. And I
Honestly,
Yeah.
just think
that's really fair.
I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah, no, that's exactly
yeah.
what I said I was trying to avoid saying earlier. Just because I don't know, I don't know how people feel like that
No,
comparison
I
would
mean,
be.
I can't officially diagnose her with that, but I
I believe
know.
that it's perfectly
Yeah.
fine to forgive me for interrupting.
Yeah.
No, you're fine.
I see this conversation all the time, and I feel that it is perfectly fine to identify yourself within a character um with having something such as being neurodivergent, because I know a lot of people do that for Laios within Dungeon Meshi. So it's like I feel that it's perfectly fine to feel connected to a
Yeah.
character because they do something that you do and you feel seen.
Yeah. I agree, and there's of course nothing wrong with it. I couldn't give an official diagnosis, but
Sure.
I know many people uh with autism, and that they that tends to be a struggle that they have. And
Mhm.
it's I just can't help but relate that information, that the two things. Um Whether she is designed to be neurodivergent versus neurotypical, who knows? But it definitely is something that speaks volumes to the character, and something that I would compare the two with. It's like her learning that having facts is not as close. I mean, it's important, but it's not as important with it's more important to understand the facts than just have the facts, you know. I don't know if that made
Uh,
sense.
no, it makes perfect
Okay,
sense.
good.
Okay. Okay. For me, this even goes back to the manga. Like I recognize that the whole part of the main appeal of the story is like that she's not like you said she knows these facts and she's just kind of discovering like how important they are to her and stuff like that, and it's done in a good way. Unfortunately for me, that wasn't, well, I admit it was good, it wasn't super interesting to me. Like I said, for me everything kind of fell into place when the third character, saying his name won't spoil anything, when Stark gets introduced.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, like when Stark got there, it added a very, I don't want to use the term down earth, but added a more relatable character for me. And I just liked his interaction with stuff and just the way he changed the story being added into it.
Yeah.
And that's what caused me to stick around with it.
That's fair.
Stark's a solid
All right.
character. I
Yeah.
I would not to interrupt, but to add to it.
No,
I
you're
would
free to add to
say it truly is, the story really does really kind of solidify once all three of them are together. Not It's still a slow burn.
Oh yeah, no, no
But
questions.
it definitely is once the party is built, it
Mhm.
is it becomes substantially better storied.
Mhm.
Not that it was I mean, even though it
Yeah,
took
no,
me to so long to get into it, it was a good story. It was a good anime.
oh yeah, no,
Just
same.
not
That's
normally my type of anime, so I was really surprised that I ended up liking it.
yeah, no, that's why the point I'm trying to get across, and that like yeah, no, this is a good story.
Yeah.
It just for me, I didn't really get, like I said, into it until like it got a little more developed and added a few more things to it. Just for me, for everyone else, I can easily see why they could get hooked onto it
Yeah.
pretty early.
Noxie says, I mean, both Fern and Frieren, Frieren, are both emotions under the surface kind of people, and it can be less interesting in that way. And I think that's
Yeah,
fair. I think that's fair.
just throwing this out there, I feel like Fern learned it just from Frieren, not intentionally on Frieren's part, but just you learn from your environment, and
Yeah.
she's she had two people in her around her growing up that were constant in her life,
Yeah.
and one of them passed away. So eh,
Okay.
I like the. Oh, okay.
No, yeah, I was
no,
literally about to say. I think Brownie, it's your turn.
yeah,
Oh, okay. I mean, we don't need to have turns at this point. Honestly, I feel like if somebody just needs to interject with something, then go for it. But yeah, no, I think I do like the fact that you get this weird blend of a main character knowing so much yet so little,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can get one aspect of Frieren being like, oh, I'm familiar with this town. They do XYZ. We should do ABC. But also at the same time, like she doesn't know how to, like she's still learning how to communicate with people on a more like personal level. And that does, you get to see that through her companions, through Fern and Stark. And it's funny having her be kind of both like a mom figure to Fern and a daughter figure to Fern, because there are times where it's it's kind of humorous to watch her like watch over Fern, and then she does something, and then Fern gets the little pat on the head and stuff, and then but like the opposite happens too. Like
Yeah.
yeah, that
she can't wake up in the morning, so Fern's got to be like, okay, well, I got to go wake her up because she can't. She's like a child. It's like she's been known to spend her money frivolously, and it's just like, okay, well, make sure you're buying groceries and not, blah blah blah. And
I mean, yeah. Sometimes kids grow up fast because they have to grow up in areas their parents are weak at.
so
It's that old saying. Sometimes you raise the kids, sometimes kids raise you.
so it's funny watching it both ways. It's funny watching both Fern and Frieren, at least for the first 5 episodes, just kind of bounce off of mother daughter energy, whichever one the other needs to be at the time.
Mhm.
And then, well, hopefully, I say hopefully, I am going to continue watching the show. So,
I'm just thinking of the scene of sister energy.
uh-huh.
We eat the same food.
Oh yeah, I know that's the scene people didn't like the most. Yeah.
Really? That's strange.
Yeah, because
I thought it was just funny.
well,
I didn't think too deeply about it, so.
it's not that it's a bad scene. Obviously, since everybody here is very exposed to Japanese media and like Eastern culture and stuff like that, it doesn't come off as weird. But because Frieren was so popular, a lot of like quote unquote normies got their hands on it.
Fucking
And
normies.
when it came to that, it was like everybody's like, oh, we love Fern, we love Freeland, we love Stark. It's like we love everything that's going. We love the world, we love the spells, we love
We don't like
the
the
struggles
scene.
and then there was one scene. There was like one or two scenes where they kind of like compare breast sizes, and then like all the normies were like, "This is the worst part of the show right here, easily."
Yeah, like that's not something that people do. Maybe not as comically as an anime, but
Yeah.
not that I can speak for that, but I do feel like I've overheard conversations or been in conversations where it's like where the conversation is, oh man, how would they're so much bigger, or man, I'd feel better if they were bigger, I'd feel better if they were smaller, or like I feel like that's a common thing amongst anime, but also just women in general, where they become self-conscious of it. And
my interrupting input here as a woman myself.
yes.
There has been many and plenty of those conversations, so that is a very real conversation to have.
Yeah.
Between two women. And it's not even like in any particular way. It's just like the casual, like, let's say I'm with like a female friend. It's just like, what's your cup size? I actually don't know. And then we just have a casual conversation about that, and we just talk about boobs.
There you go. Yeah. God, I don't know if I want to play devil's advocate here in the form of being in the corner of the normies, but it reminds me of the whole conversation of just because it's a common conversation, do you think it fits the environment and should it be aired? I can imagine that there are conversations that deal with bodily functions, kind of other topics. But since it's not the theme of the show, even if the characters may or may not have that conversation, would you show it in this story because it may not fit with the theme?
That's fair. No,
But,
that is a fair counter argument.
It is. I'm not gonna like argue it. I was just gonna say like I would have an argument, or not argument, like a statement against that. But I understand where that point of view comes from.
Mm-hmm. The one that comes to my head, off the top of my head, which is it's like, oh, why don't anime characters? Oh, forgive me. I'm definitely gonna need to go get that bottle of water. What in circumstances in which you have anime characters that eat a lot, why don't they have more conversations about having potentially upset stomachs or needing to go to the bathroom? And it's just like, it's not, I'm not going to watch Dragon Ball, and I don't want to listen to Goku and Vegeta be like, oh man, I had this trip to the restroom or something. It's like, dude, I know you guys can scarf it down, but I don't need to hear about the aftermath. It doesn't fit the series.
I'm sorry, but when you said that, the first thing that popped into my head was like Vegeta just screaming, "And I'm the Prince of all Saiyans and the fattest shit."
Yeah.
Maxwell's redeemed hydrate, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, I think my cable is long enough for my headset to literally walk into the hallway and get a.
While that's happening,
Well, I just want to throw in this last 2 cents. I was just gonna say, like, I don't know. I feel like not even anime and manga, but just everything in general. Just we avoid talking about going to the restroom.
that's fair.
yeah.
All right, so the next question, mixing it up just a little bit. Do any of y'all have any thoughts on the animation, soundtrack, voice acting? I know that some of us like watch different there's English dubs and then the Japanese dubs and yeah, just anything about like the production of it and in the sense of artistic.
Here's your talking stick, Phoenix. Go.
Yeah, no, I mean, I gotta be honest. It took me a very long time to be okay with the with the animation style and the art. It didn't. I didn't like it at first, and I know that might be a controversial opinion on that statement because everyone was very, from what I saw, everyone was either, it's amazing, or it's not me, for me. But it took me a very long time to enjoy it. I thought it felt very, it had like the like a filter on it, and everything was a little bit not as sharp that as I would imagine things are. It was very, yeah. I don't know how to put it into words, but I truly didn't like the art style for quite a while. I don't think I truly got into it until maybe episode 15.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it really was kind of a buzzkill for me.
Really, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Um,
I love personally, I'm such a nut for animation and like soundtracks and everything, and I was absolutely loving it from the start. It looked like I was just like it just looked like really classic paint like landscape paintings in the background for me. The emphasis on nature for me, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm totally into this. I love this. I the animation style as well as just how everybody looks as well has a very soft tone, and I'm very picky when it comes to types to different styles of anime. So this one, I liked how soft it was personally. It felt like I was looking at like paintings
oh,
or
well,
something like that. I don't know how to
I'm
put it.
glad you enjoyed it. I'm very glad. I mean, I enjoy it now. It
Mhm.
took me a while to get you. Maybe because you don't see a lot of that type of style, or at least I don't.
Mhm.
It was very jarring, I think, to me. Going to soundscaping and just the sound in general, I thought they did a very good job with that, all of that. I really
Mhm.
enjoyed that. Coming from the dub side, I thought the voices they fit the characters very well. I thought they did a very good job with uh, keeping the mouth and the vocals correct, and in it looked very well. Sometimes you get that Godzilla effect. It's always ever so
Mhm.
minor, but sometimes you get that. I felt like I didn't see that much in this series. I enjoyed that. The voices fit. I thought that was very well good, and I did enjoy the backdrop and everything like that. Um, yeah, no, I they did a very good job with the sound engineering and the soundscaping and all of that stuff. Um,
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like the backgrounds were very beautiful, and the soundtrack matched the kind of slow burn that the series is going to go through.
yeah,
To match up with Freeren's long lifespan. It's just like she's gonna take her time, and
mhm,
the music and the camera is gonna reflect that. The fact that it's not gonna be on her the whole time. It's gonna be looking at bushes. It's gonna be looking at the skyline. It's gonna be looking at clouds, and it's just like, yeah, they're taking their time. They're doing their thing. And it's just like, yeah, it's kind of nice.
yeah, no, absolutely. And they do. Crap, I don't remember what episode it is. I think no, it's after Stark. After Stark, so I don't know whether you. No, it's before Stark. At some
You
point,
can
they
go
get
ahead
yeah.
and say what happens, and
At
I'll
a
let you
certain
know.
point, they get to a beach.
They get to a beach.
Yeah.
Is it the one where they're cleaning up the debris from the
Yeah,
ship?
I was
yeah. Okay,
about to
good, good.
say.
That
I
is,
could
that's definitely before.
good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's episode 4, so you can talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. I think that scene in general, once they're done, and Frieren is seeing that
The sunrise.
the sunrise, and is about to call it quits, and then sees that Fern is truly enjoying it, and her realization just from that scene that this is something important, and she finally makes an emotional connection kind of on her own. Really, that's the scene, the art, the sound. I mean, just I know it's not really camera work, but like the angles that they illustrate, um, really sums up their ability to do that, and really kind of showed that they're experienced, or at least are willing to take the experiment and see where it goes. But definitely that would be the pinnacle of the okay. That's the the beauty of how they've done, they can combine all of those things.
Sleepy, have you given your?
Oh yeah, no, I was just waiting for him to let me know when he was done. But yeah, no. I was gonna say, uh, I mean, the art style didn't bother me. I've seen a lot of, well, especially because I got into the manga first. I've seen a lot of different manga art styles, and I've seen some pretty Western anime styles.
Mm-hmm.
So this one didn't. So the art style didn't bother me. Uh, because I mean, for example, like it's nothing so severe or drastic as like say JoJo,
Oh yeah.
because that art style is very extreme. So yeah, so this one wasn't that hard in terms of art style to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, episode 1, the scene where she's traveling by herself just after leaving the hero's party.
Mm-hmm.
I like the obviously there's no dialogue in that part, so the soundtrack is in full force. And the only thought that went to my head was, wow, this soundtrack sounds like a movie soundtrack, and it's really off-putting to me how that this is just for an anime.
Yeah, sometimes it really do be like
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
mean, like just the other day when Brownie and I went to go see the Dandaran exclusive in theaters for the first 2 episodes. That's
It's
the
the first three.
sound.
It is.
The first 3? Oh, it was 3? Oh, it didn't feel like 3. They did a really good job with stringing that together. But anyway, like the soundtrack for the anime,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't feel like it was for an anime. It felt like it was for something more like I don't know how to put it. Just it was for something more budgety,
Yeah, more
Mm-hmm.
grandiose.
more grandiose. I'm not saying that Don Don isn't grandiose because believe me, the minute that it gets onto Netflix, I'm putting it on my to watch list for everyone because I have to be that person because I'm obsessed with it and everybody's just gonna have to deal with it. But yeah, it was just like this soundtrack doesn't this sound oh my gosh, the soundtrack. So it's really nice to see how much effort and appreciation that the directors and producers and everybody just involved within making these animes like put into the final product. So yeah, I definitely feel the same with that.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. It was off-putting to me. I felt like if you've ever seen like the Deadpool music video for the second Deadpool movie, uh he like Celine Dion sings the whole song and he's like, yeah, you're like at like a 9. We need you down at like a 6. This isn't the Oscars.
Oh, then I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that then. Yeah, I didn't think it was off-putting at all.
It was because I felt like it was too good for the anime. I was just like, man, I'm used to like dumb little jingles like being
I
bad when the characters do stuff. I was like, don't get
I
me
think
wrong, it's
it's
not bad to
yeah.
have this. I was just like, yeah, no, this doesn't. If this was up to me, and it's not, and I'm glad that it's there for the people who enjoy it. But
I
for me, I just felt like, yeah, no, this feels like it's too good for this is.
I think that it's perfectly fine to have something like that is so grandiose in a specific like format like that, because it makes people talk about it and be like, wow, do you remember that one scene in Frieren where like the background music just like fucking popped off? Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I do. That was a really cool part. They didn't have to do that, but they did, and that takes a lot of dedication and like care and stuff to put in. So that's how I view it.
Again, like I said, that's not bad for the people who like it. It's just
Hi,
for me. I know
Lunchbox.
I know I'd be definitely get in the small niche of people who'd be like, man, that feels like it was too much, and I'm like, yeah, right.
That's interesting.
But like I said, that's only my opinion. Like I said, I know I'm in the majority, and I'm glad it's there for the people who enjoy it.
Yeah.
And part of me feels guilty for having that opinion, but it is my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
There-
and I
there-
know shouldn't be guilty about it.
Yeah, you don't need to defend yourself.
Yeah.
You can just
Yeah.
you can
No,
just state your
absolutely not.
opinion.
Yeah.
And I gotta be honest, there are some animes where it's almost suspicious when something looks almost too good. So I kind of understand where you're coming from. Like
Yeah.
like I know I've been talking about this a lot, but this is really
Okay.
really yeah, we're talking anime. Where I've been in this obsession with Reborn as a vending machine and
Vending machine.
yeah,
Which is
yeah.
unironically really good.
Which is ironically really fucking good. It's really fucking stupid, but it's really fucking good. But that opening scene where he's staring out with the lake, I signed on for like, oh, I just thought this was gonna be a dumb isekai. You know, I'm gonna pack this away in a day, and you know, that's it. That's my junk food. And the fact that it was an opening scene and the art was so fucking fantastic, I immediately thought, man, this is they've blown their entire budget on this one picture. This is all I'm gonna end up seeing, and this is just not gonna be good. So I totally get where Sleepy's coming from.
Yeah.
When he says, you know, oh, it was too good. I wasn't expecting it. Because you see that sometimes in isekais, and sometimes it's really good, and then it's like, oh well, there goes your budget. You know, they've pissed away everything.
That is fair. That is fair.
It.
And then
Why does this remind me? Why does this remind me of the meme for Phil Collins in for the Tarzan movie?
He had no right to go that hard. We just need something really
Sir, you
small,
just have
and then
to
here
go
he
that
is, and the
hard.
piano's on fire and shit.
Sir, it's just a movie
Movie.
about a man
Yeah.
who was raised by apes.
Like,
Mr. Collins, you don't need to go that hard.
You don't need to go that hard, man.
But yeah, I get where that could potentially be off-putting. I will slightly disagree with you, Sleepy. I think that because this was designed to be an epic, you know, it was designed to be like a finishing part of that epic.
It
That
didn't
kind
get-
of fit. That kind of fit the theme. Whether it fit the anime, I don't know. But I
I
kind of
have
see,
to
like,
interject
Again.
again. Yes.
How dare you interject on a podcast?
I know. My my thoughts,
How
my
could
opinions.
you?
No, how could I? Right from the start, when I saw trailers of the announcement for Frieren, I never thought it was like some low budget type thing. I saw the studio, I saw the animation, everything just felt like, oh, so this is like a Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 type deal.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
amount of production. Okay, cool, nice. I never thought that it was like on a lower like scale of
Yeah, if I can
of
add my
anime,
2 cents as
so-
well.
yeah.
Yeah,
After that, I'm gonna add mine again.
Yeah, no, you're good. I do keep up with like live chart, and where I notice that, what anime is premiering next season? Is it good for 1 core or 2 core? Is it good for 12, maybe 13 episodes? Is
Yeah.
it good for 24 episodes, 26 episodes? The moment that I saw that Frieren was gonna be good for like 8 different languages, and it's good for 28 episodes, which is really weird.
Yeah.
I knew that this show had budget.
No,
So I kind of did go in with that expectation. I was expecting the animation to be above above average. I was expecting the backgrounds, I was expecting the music, I was expecting the pacing, the voice acting, all of it to be at least a little bit above average. If they're putting out the dosh to have the different languages, the episode runtime, it's yeah. Yeah. When I saw that, that's what I thought. Absolutely.
See, that makes sense. I didn't know anything about Frieren until it had hit mainline.
Mhm.
Because as I've said several times, amongst many things, I do feel like I've been saying it a lot recently, is I am shit at following things that I enjoy.
Oh, you're good.
So like I didn't know
I'm the same.
any of that. If I had seen the trailers or I had put together what the studio was, it wouldn't have surprised me. But since I didn't when it first opened, it was now I wasn't off put. I understood why Sleepy would potentially be off put, and not like Sleepy specifically, but like I would understand like his point. It was I would understand why. Like when I like to counter that argument, like I would be surprised if all of a sudden a new Studio Ghibli movie came out and it was their intro was 4 frames of stick figures. Like that would be that would be surprising to me. But I feel like I feel like I just confused myself.
Who's
Um,
the guy that does One Punch Man? I don't remember his name.
One.
I don't remember.
His name is One. His name is
His-
literally One.
Oh, that's great. Really? Oh,
So-
hold on.
Yeah.
Lunchbox says the manga has been super popular for a long time. They fully expected it to sell. Longtime fan favorite for the type of genre it falls under. Okay.
Well, here's the. I guess
know?
I'll just interject my counterpoint that I was gonna wait until after Brownie. I'll just do it right now. I read the manga and even I didn't know how much the what like a studio or how much budget they were gonna give it. And personally, I don't care. I'm that kind of fan. As long as your animation department isn't Queen Bee, I won't notice.
Yeah.
Fair.
Fair enough, I
Fair-
guess.
yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, lady.
Hold
do you
on.
need-
Hold on.
Oh man, sometimes
Hold
I
on.
sometimes I remember you're a degenerate in different aspects. You're a different branch of the same
Oh, is
of the
this
same
an
tree.
age thing?
Yes.
It's an H studio and
Oh,
everything.
okay.
It's noticeably bad. Like I said, I normally don't care.
Okay.
Just to use an example, Phoenix is complaining about Godzilla lip sync. I almost never notice it in any movie I watch.
Oh my gosh, the older
I
Godzillas are so good because
just
of how
using that as
crappy
an
the lip
example.
sync is.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
not
saying.
complaining of that. But I just want to make that
No,
clear. Like I'm not complaining about it, but
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just using it as an example.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
honestly,
Try not to talk over each other, guys.
yeah. Well, honestly, they could just they could loop someone saying the word peanut butter 1,000 times, and have the subtitles say something, and I wouldn't care. Like that's how little I care about animations most of the time.
Fair.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Well, you're
to
more of a
derail
manga
it-
person, right? I'm sorry,
I'm
I'm
more-
speaking over you.
No, you're fine. I am much more of a manga person. And one more point before I let Brownie say his thing. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it could be, and it could be good going forward. The magic obviously was done by like CG, and it kind of feels out of place, which is why I like it because magic is kind of this weird otherworldly thing that's supposed to kind of feel wrong in the natural order. Like I don't know if it was intentional for it to feel that way. I feel like intentional or not, it came off that way to me, and I'm glad it came off that way.
Okay. To roll it back just super fast back to the lip sync thing. I remember like Capcom got a lot of praises when the studio started doing stuff for like Resident Evil and stuff in English. Like a lot of the lip sync for I think starting RE5 question mark. The lip sync was just it was original. The OG audio was English, and so when you played it over here in the States, like, well, most people that we know, they really enjoyed the new feel of like, oh, cool. It's like it's the characters are. I'm noticing the lip sync. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because you mentioning that you couldn't care about lip sync reminds me that I was like, oh, there was this thing that happened where people appreciated it.
But yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, that little last little segue I added in kind of told you how I felt about the animation. Like I didn't really notice. I just thought the art was good. The sound was too much, and not bad too much though. Just that's just how it felt to me. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about it, I guess.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Go for it.
I just wanted to note real quick. It has been an hour and 12 minutes. So do you guys want to keep going or do you want to start wrapping it up?
I can keep going. We didn't technically start until 14. So we're still within that hour time frame.
All right, I was just curious.
But that is up to you. You are host. You are setting the pacing today.
We end it now. No, I'm joking.
So do I need to line you guys up? Who's the pretty dude?
That's
I'm the pretty
Sleepy.
dude. I'm Sleepy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
Sleepy
am-
Corpse.
I am Doggo.
That is cream puff pup, nugget popper fluffer. She has
Fluffer.
interchangeable names.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I'm confusing as shit.
And the tiger is that brownie boy.
Ayo.
Ayo.
I do want to bring something up real fast.
Mhm.
In the terms of, okay, I had this thought and then it escaped me and then it returned. So this
Okay.
feels kind of weird. We were discussing on how there were expectations for the quality of Frieren's anime
Mhm.
because it had such a loving
Fan base.
like light novel fan base and manga fan base.
Mhm.
So the expectations for the anime was really high along with its budget. So blah 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 blah. There's an anime that got greenlit recently that I had never heard of,
Mhm.
but a bunch of people on my Twitter timeline were mad excited to hear that it's getting an animation. And I could be getting this name wrong. I have it on my screen right now. I'm going to attempt to read it.
Mhm.
Witch Hat Atelier? Is that how you pronounce that?
I've never heard of it.
I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot this straight into chat right here.
Yeah.
It's in Twitch chat.
Yeah, that's how
There's-
I
I
think
say
you
it.
said it right.
There's like a teaser trailer for this series getting an animation, and once it did, my whole Twitter feed was like, y'all better mute me right now. This is the only thing I'm going to talk about once it comes out.
Me with Don.
Yeah, and that is currently my feed. My feed is just 50% Dandadan because people are excited for the anime. Absolutely.
It's a
Uh,
French
let-
word. Oh, so it means
Another-
so ready.
okay.
But, no, kidding.
Atelier, maybe? I don't know.
I can't speak French. I'm not gonna bother.
Atelier?
They don't like me anyway.
Oh,
and I don't like
Atelier?
them.
Atelier? Okay, that makes sense.
Another example would be Moshoku Tensei season 1 animation was off the charts. Everything else so
Oh
far
yeah,
is
no,
not- yeah,
Mushoku
that's what-
Tensei is
That's
right.
for me. I love Mushoku Tensei. It's a 10 out of 10.
I do enjoy
just
that
saying.
as well.
Fantastic
I
series,
have been
absolutely.
enjoying that.
Brownie knows my opinion.
I'm gonna guess that it's not favorable.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just I said this to him, and I'll keep it brief because we got to stay on topic. I
No,
just
we don't. We've been doing this for an hour. If you want to derail now, it's honestly fine.
No,
I
I just want to keep it. I just want to keep it brief. Basically, I can't get into it because I don't like the personality of the main character,
Fair.
and that's that's about it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
that's why you gotta keep watching it. He changes. He's not an asshole. He turns from
that's
an
what-
anyway.
Oh, hey.
I mean, I guess that
Brownie
is the
also knows
point
I
of the
don't like
story.
that about my characters. Also,
That's fair.
I mean,
I-
yeah, I guess that is part of the story where like he regrets how he lived his previous life, and so he goes into his new life and was like, I should probably make an effort to change. he still makes mistakes and he's still kind of shitty. Because I mean, it takes a while to grow out of being a shit
Yeah.
person, I imagine. But yeah.
Oh, that's on
Um,
my list. I
not
haven't
to-
watched it yet.
Not related,
Not
but
really.
Kaiju number 8 it was awesome.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Yeah,
I need to
it's-
watch that one. I've only
it's on
watched
the
like
list.
3 to 4 episodes, but I've really liked what I've seen so far.
I've yet to watch a single
yeah,
episode, but
I've-
it's on the list, absolutely.
Yeah, it's on the
Right.
list, and I hear nothing but good things about it.
Oh yeah.
And
Right.
those are coming from like normie people, so it's like, oh damn, okay.
So I have this problem with manga. I've told Brownie about it in the past.
Mhm.
But Kaiju
Oh, I
number 8
love
is definitely
Solo
one of
Leveling. Sorry.
Kaiju number 8 is definitely one of those ones. I'm currently up to date with the manga. I basically skimmed the entire intro of the manga, and I don't really know how it starts because the intro did not grip me.
Okay. Well, now that you've gotten caught up with the latter half, would you not just go back and reread the first, the former half? Like
I've been
more
telling
in-
myself to do that for the past 6 months, and it still hasn't happened.
All right, yeah, I guess. Sure.
Do we need to add
I
it
need
to
to,
your
and I
list?
want to.
It's kind of weird having that feeling about a series, being like you know that a series is popular, so like
I gave
people talk about it, so it's like it must be good. But then when you get into it, it doesn't grip you right out the gate, so you kind of have this mentality of like, oh, let me just kind of skip this portion. Oh God.
Well, no, this is
Yeah.
before it was even popular. Like I read it as like it came out during its initial release in just
Mm.
manga form, and I don't know why something kept me to. I know what it was. Part of me was just like, let's skim. This is just an example, not being literal. Let's skim the intro 4 episodes and just get into the real meat and potatoes and see if I'd like it. And it got me to stay, but
Potatoes.
those 4 intro episodes did
Yeah.
not grip me.
you know,
I-
you know what this reminds me of?
What?
This reminds me of Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, I know a Realm Reborn kind of sucks dick. Yes, oh man. But once you get to Heaven's Ward, oh man, once you get to Heaven's Ward, it's
But
so
it's
good.
true.
I have no comment. I have no horse in this Final Fantasy race. I play it. That's it. I don't. I'm not.
All
gonna play it.
right.
You're good,
I'm gonna interrupt here. Any final thoughts on Frieren as a whole? I think it was I think I'm going to continue it as well. I love the journey so far. The characters are all interesting. Animation 10 out of 10. I'm not that hard to please. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know. You don't sound not that hard to please.
No comment. I
You're gonna make a dirty joke.
I was gonna make a dirty joke. I enjoyed it. I mean, I finished it already. It definitely. I don't know whether. I don't know whether I would rewatch it. If there was a next season, I think I would rewatch it just to because I'm just one of those type of people that will not fully remember and I want to rewatch. But I don't think unless there's a season 2, I don't think I'll rewatch it. But it was really good and I really enjoyed it. After I got into it, so I would for lack of the show's name I would bite into it.
Nom.
Nom.
I'm taking a large comically sized anime meat sized bite of it for Frieren.
Are we gonna make that our seal of approval? Just the AnI-E-Bites?
Yeah,
like how many
we're-
of us
Yeah.
bite out of the
Are
anime?
you going to sink your teeth into this anime or not? Yeah, that's
Did you bite into it or would you bite or not bite?
Yeah.
no bite or no bite. Yeah,
Bite or
you
no
can
bite.
also.
I feel like there has to be a half bite or a nibble for some of us.
A nibble?
Maybe.
Because like I can definitely say that like I can understand why people wouldn't get into it. It is a very slow burn,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, for me, it didn't really get too interesting until Stark was introduced,
Okay.
and even then, like not every chapter, has him as a focus. So I can see. For me, I would say. Knowing what I know from the manga, I would bite it if I didn't know any of the manga stuff that I knew, and I was just going off the episodes I had seen. I'd give it a half bite, like more than a nibble, but not a full bite.
All right.
That's fair.
all right. So
Granny.
I'm definitely gonna watch the rest of it. It's a bit of a commitment. It's 28 episodes.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna be able to finish it in like, a few days. I know if you just destroy your schedule, yeah, you can, but that's not what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Joke's on you, my schedule's already destroyed.
Fair enough. I actually had a question. I don't know if this is an appropriate question for us to have off of stream or not, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Fair.
I understand that we should dedicate a portion of the stream to the main topic, but just out of respect for the main topic, how much do you want to quote unquote dedicate for off topic stuff? Just post.
That's something we should probably figure out off stream, because I think the next question is, this is now the second one that's run into the over an hour frame, so the question is, do we want to increase the show time, and that is just something we're gonna have to talk
Yeah.
about and find out.
Yeah.
And as
mean, I don't-
adults, you may or may not have more than an hour
Yeah.
to do this.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely talk about that, but that's an excellent question, and actually, if you don't mind popping that in somewhere so we don't forget about to talk about it.
Yep.
That would be
Doing it right now.
dope. But all right, so we've got 3.5 bites, I think, or
Yeah, 3.5 bites.
3.5
3.5.
bites out of 4.
4.
Out of 4.
Yeah.
So I think Frieren was a good one, and I think it's definitely worth it. I think not next week because I'm away. I won't be back until Tuesday, and actually I think I won't be back until like Tuesday morning due to time zones. So you guys won't see me until either Tuesday night or Wednesday. But we'll talk about when we will do the next episode. Probably, if not next week after, but we'll keep you posted on that, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm doing the outro. Does anyone else have anything they want to say before I outro us out?
Everyone here is great streamers, and you should follow them.
Mhm.
Follow Phoenix,
I will
follow
agree.
Brownie, follow Pup. Yep,
Aw.
follow them. Follow them all.
Yeah.
You should follow yourself.
Yeah, you should follow yourself. Follow your heart, chat.
Follow your
heart.
dreams.
Follow your dreams.
What if my heart leads me down a dark alley?
Go beyond.
Follow the yellow
you
brick
know
road
what?
instead of the dark
Go
alley.
beyond.
You
Plus
know-
ultra.
What? But there's a
Ah.
shiny onyx down that alley.
Oh.
It's not worth
I
it,
mean-
kid. Trust me.
But it's a shiny one. I mean, if you get 2 regular Onyx and just leave them at the Nintendo Love Hotel, they'll eventually produce you a shiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You don't need it.
Anyways, bye.
All right. Well then, next time you see us, I believe the next choice is Windbreakers.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. It looks so good.
I am excited about that one. I keep seeing it on my watch list, and I'm like, oh, I should watch this, and then I remember, oh wait, that's my choice, so I haven't started it yet. I forget how many episodes it is, but I think we're going to continue to try to do the 3 to 4, at the bare minimum. And that will be it. So I will, we'll see you all for that one, and we'll keep you posted. You can find out more information of that in the Discord, absolutely. But if you follow me on Twitter, and if you say X, I'm gonna, you'll fight you, get out. Anyway. But we'll keep you posted on when the next episode is and when that is going to happen. But thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Sleepy, Nugget, and Brownie. As always, I appreciate your time here on the channel, and I appreciate the fact that you allow this hobby to be on my channel. That's always fantastic.
And if I can just interject a real quick right here. If any time we do have a week where it is not the anime podcast, you can tune into my channel at Oda Brownie at Twitch TV. And we will just be doing a off anime podcast. So for like an hour or two, you can tune into my channel and we'll be talking about other shenanigans.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
and
Sounds good. Absolutely do that.
yeah, I'll throw this out there too. I'm not gonna try and steal away any viewers. I am gonna try and stream this as well, but I would highly recommend watching it on Phoenix's channel primarily.
Yeah, of
Mhm.
course you guys are always free to do that, but we will yeah, you guys are always free to stream your stuff on your own channel.
Nah, I'ma steal I'ma steal. I do art.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
do
But
art.
please,
Plug your
please,
stuff.
please. And
Uh,
if you
Plug
guys
it.
are for any reason looking for commissioned art, Pupper
Yeah.
Nugget is the way to go. And you can find her on VGen. You can find her on the Twitters. You can find her on Twitch. You can find us in the Discord, of course. You can well, don't directly message. Make sure you don't just friend her though. Like, don't be creepy about it, guys.
I bite, but not in the good way. I will rip your jugular out. It will be a mess anyway.
In Roblox.
And
So,
Roblox.
in Roblox. Oh, thank you. Am I not following you? Why isn't that a highlight? Oh, I definitely follow you. What?
Why was I not following myself? Because I'm on my bun account right now. That's weird. Anyway.
Oh, okay. You just didn't highlight. Okay. So hang in there. As we end this stream, I will be ending my stream. And I will probably be back on in about 10 to 15 minutes to start my stream. Guys, thank you again for joining me for this, and I look forward to when the next episode. It will be fun. The VOD will be available shortly on Twitch. We are still working on figuring out where that will go. Whether we will we'll figure that out. That will be something we talk about off stream and figure out. So thank you, chat. Everyone good?
Yee.
Yee?
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Goodbye, chat. Thanks for joining us.
Boy.
Make sure you refresh the page in about 10 to 15 minutes when I will be back on. Lubbers, chat. Lubbers.